well, in today's video, we need to get into sanding everything, get it sanded. Hopefully, same video, I would like to paint everything on the front. So doors, fenders, hood, bumper, those two trim pieces. That's it. And I think we can do it. I think we can do it. That's saying that I don't have any more body work to do. I have a slight suspicion that I do have some more body work at the very bottom of this door because it wasn't very smooth down here. I can see a little wave right there. So I might still have to do a little bit of body work down there. But I'm a sucker for free stuff, so here's a review. So as you've seen at the beginning of the video, I have several lights that are going out or are pretty much completely out. Actually, as I'm counting right now, I have 4. And guess what? Barina sent me out 4 LED shop lights. And when they offer, they offer me some free stuff, I like it. And I'll tell you what, they were the same company that sent me these. Now these lights that I have in the garage, whenever I built the garage, I bought in bulk a whole bunch of them on Black Friday at Rural King. And they were the cheapest I could find. And I have since had to replace several of them already. Well, as you can see, like little strips of them start to go out and then you get them flickering. Like that one over there, it's doing a little strobe thing over there. But anyways, we're gonna go around and we're gonna replace these lights. I can link the Rural King ones. I think these are the same way. Yes, there's plugs on the end so you can link them. So right now I have those lights linked over there. This is just gonna go in series with that. And I just have them laying on hooks that I put on the side. So let me go get this strobe light right now and we'll see how much better that looks. Now I do have to say, that brightened up the shop. I mean, especially that one that was completely burnt out, but yeah, they're bright. Now, I think the quality of these are a lot better than the Rural King ones that I paid like 16 bucks a piece for. It might have been 13 bucks on Black Friday. I can't remember, it was cheap, but yeah, I've since replaced probably 8 of those now, and it's, how long has my garage been built? Not 5 years, maybe 5 years, something like that. Oh, look, it comes with instruction. These are the black housing lights. You can also get them with a white housing. They're just 4-foot shop lights, and each one comes with a chain to hang it, which I already had chains up, so I just reused my old ones, and some hooks to screw into your boards. There's also like Tapcon, some other screws, an extra chain for each one, unless in case you want to extend your chain. Mine are on a light switch, so I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, that definitely brightened the shop up. So I want to thank Barina for sending these lights out to me. If you guys want to get a set, go to their website. Also, like I said, those are Barina lights too. I think they're 8-foot shop lights, and mounted to your post like that is freaking awesome. My dad got some, he got, I think, the 8-foot ones, and we put them in his garage, and he had, I want to say 12 old shop lights, and he put 4 of those in, and it's brighter now than it was with the 12 regular shop lights that he had. They were just regular tube style lights. So yeah, thanks Barina for sending these out. If you want to get your hands on some, there'll be a link down in the description. Go down and check out everything they have there on their website. And if they give me a discount code, I'm gonna drop that down there too. All right, so as much as I would have liked somebody else to do this work, we're gonna do it. I gotta block sand these doors because that's the only way you're gonna get perfection. And by perfection, I mean acceptable for me. So I got this block. It's flexible, so there still is the possibility that you'll get imperfections. If you use something solid, it's not gonna flex. You might get a better finish, but I'm gonna use this. We're gonna work up and down the door. I hope this stuff sands off nice. I'm gonna start with 400 to see what I'm working with. If it's needs a lot more than that, I got 240 there, and I'll go to 240, sand it down some until we're getting close, and then I'm gonna switch back to 400 and we're gonna smooth it out, because 400 is what you want when you want to paint right over it. Actually, I'm gonna put sealer right over it and then paint over that. Fender, I don't need to do any more work on it. So, I mean, I'll block sand the very edge of it where I got the filler at, the spray-on filler. I need to get my bike out of here. I need to move some things and stuff. I'm just gonna hand sand the bumpers and trim pieces and stuff. We're not gonna block sand those, no use. I mean, they're in really good shape. There's no need to block sand those. Hood, I'm just gonna hand sand that, or actually might use the power sander on the hood. Just get it knocked out with 400, and yeah, a lot of work, I tried to coax my friend in. I said, hey, what are you doing today? You want to come over? He's like, why? I was like, oh, you know, help out in the garage. He's like, what are you doing? Sanding? He didn't seem to want to come over after that. I thought I had good friends. Jamming a Limp Biscuit going back. This primer, if I could have got it to lay on a little smoother, I do really like it, the high build. It gives you a lot of room to fix imperfections. It's just that I guess it was probably because I had dry spray, because I need a bigger nozzle. If I got a bigger nozzle, I think it would go good. Down here, there's a couple areas where it feels smooth to the touch, but I can kind of see what looks like a texture in it, and then there's a couple other spots I can kind of see it. It's just got like very light pits in it. So there's still a couple areas I need to hit real quick. Down here at the edge of this door and stuff like that. But it does sand up really good. Now, I think it would sand better if it wasn't thinned out, because I thinned it to spray it. So I'm gonna try to get different nozzles for that gun whenever I go to spray the bed sides. But yeah, that stuff, it worked really good. So, and then it took me a while, because it was really like textured up along here. I had to sand all that texturing out, and I had to hand sand it because it's too small to use a block. It was fun. Yeah. So I got all the texture, everything up here, all the textures out. It's smooth as can be. Really, really nice. So yeah, I just need to go around and eyeball a couple spots, hit those. I need to get onto the passenger door now before I get too drunk and get that side sanded. You think I just do this stuff? You think I do this You think I do this sober? Sanding is my least favorite thing about bodywork. I would love to just power sand it, which I actually reached out to Vivor because I really like that hand sander. They have one that's like it takes square paper. It's like a flat, it's like an orbital, but it's got a long flat kind of block on it. And it's kind of the same thing as their sander, like that one. And they're going to send it to me. So that'll be a review coming up. And I'm excited about that because I'm hoping on the bedside. Now it's not big enough that I can smooth it. I can look at the bedside right here and I can see going down it. It has a gradual in and then back out again because they put patch panels in. Am I worried about that? No, that's too much. It's like the whole 8-foot bed. It's got a slight, oh, can I get it? So you can see there's a slight inward kind of concave around the wheel well, kind of gradually goes in and then comes back out at the back. Don't think we're gonna fix that. We're gonna try to fix somewhat. This side actually looks really good. Maybe it's just my eyes. Maybe I need a couple more beers. If I put it, you know what? If I have a couple more drinks, I think this side will straighten itself out. All right, so the worst of it is done. Both the doors, the high build primer, sanding that down, that took some time. We are through with that now. So only thing we have left, and I already started on that fender over there, is sand the fenders. I'm gonna take the tape off and remask everything again. I did get some drop cloths. That's what I normally just throw over and tape down. We're gonna re-tape like the windows, around the doors, all that stuff, redo it. Tape off the front, and we're gonna we're gonna finish sanding the fenders. The hood, I think I'm gonna hand sand it. I wanna be careful with that because I think I already sanded it. It's dirty, but needs to be, you know, one good last sand because it's been sitting. I don't know if there's contaminants or whatever on it. I just want to get it sanded. Then these pieces I'm going to hand sand because I use, you know, the spray can primer it builds up, but it's very easy to sand through it, even with 3 layers. So I'm gonna hand sand everything, and then I gotta get the 4 bolts out, which I think I have them over here. Yeah, I gotta mess with my toolbox. Yeah, so I got a couple bumper bolts. Now these are gonna look a little bit different because they're not as domed as the original ones. Like, they don't stick up as far, but I think they'll be fine. I just got to do 4 of them. We got to sand the heads of them, and then I'll just shoot self-etching primer on those right before we go to shoot some paint. But I'll actually, you know what? Let's do more than 4 just in case I have a problem. Let's get them all out. I'll scuff them all and get them set up so I can paint all of those in a row. And that way, if we have any issues, we have extras. Because it would look really weird if I painted all of that, which I got to take this thing off too. If I painted this whole bumper and these bolts and stuff, and then you had 4 chrome ones in the center. I want it to be paint matched. So it's going to be hard to not chip the paint. Plus, I did body work around here, so I got to get them tight. But I also don't want to over tighten it where it's going to crack the body fill. Might do that eventually anyways. I don't know. We're going to try not to do that. We're going to try really hard. So yeah, we'll get that tomorrow. I wanted to knock that out today, and that means tomorrow I can get all that done. I can get everything prepped and ready, and then Sunday I can spray, hopefully. I'm thinking I should be able to. You're probably asking yourself, is this the way you should do your car? No, paint it all in one shot. Don't do it like me. Look at this. I was doing lines. Little lines of dust. Wear a mask too. Don't be like me. I'll be blowing putty dust out of my nose for the next couple hours. But yeah, for the most part, I am 95% happy with the door. I thought, I figured down there because they had a little bit of a texture, a lump down here, and it still slightly does, but it's not enough that I want to go back into doing a bunch of body work and redoing that. So that's where I'm at. Also, I got impatient. Oh, there's also another area right here where you can see that. There's like a dent right there, and then it swoops in. I'm not doing any body work right there. It's gonna look fine painted. I got impatient, so because it was taking a while to get rid of all the texture and stuff in that paint. So I dropped down to 240. Yeah, I'm cleaning up my mess. Dropped down to 240 and sanded it, and then went over all that with 400, and worked pretty good. Now, if I miss a spot, am I going to see scratches in my paint? Yes. Yes, I am. So I tried to make sure I went over with the 400 really well, but that high build is hard to sand through completely. I mean, it does go on there really thick. It's just when you put it on there really thick with texture, then you have to sand a lot. So that is the most of it I got to do. So tomorrow is going to be an easier day. This stuff will sand up quick. The hood will sand up quick. Fenders will sand up quick. In fact, I already partially did this one with 320 because I ended up having 320 for this sander. So I got a lot of that done in 320. I'll probably go over that with 400 here. Just, probably do the same thing on the other side. Just hit it with 320, knock it down real quick, put 400 on there, hand sand it, and be done. And as much as I hate doing this process, I put some music on, I get in a groove, get sanding, and it goes pretty quick. See you ladies tomorrow. Tell you what, it's wild to me how much brighter the garage is in here now with all my lights on. It's like, poof. It's like I'm awake now. Come from inside the house, it's so much brighter in my garage than it is in the house. Anyways, so the doors are complete. Now, the only thing, well, we're gonna have to hit them with just a tad bit of self-etching primer on the spots I got the bare metal. That's no issue. I was going to retape them, the doors. I don't know that we need to. I'm looking at it, and we did pretty good on our masking and I don't see where it's going to pull up anything. So I think we're just going to leave the tape for spraying. I don't know. I might regret that later. But if you don't tape it exactly perfect this next time, then you either are going to expose primer that you didn't paint over, or you're going to paint over old paint that wasn't scuffed. So I think I'm just going to leave it. It's good. All right. Only thing to it is to do it.
In the case of nuclear or radiological fallout,
I have been cracking whip, getting things done. Everything's sanded, everything's masked off. I do need to clean some things off the truck and stuff. And I am gonna do a quick wipe down of everything tonight to get it all done. Now, I need to sweep the floors again. I need to wet the floors before I paint tomorrow. Yeah, everything's masked and ready. I believe we're gonna be good to paint tomorrow. Now I do gotta get the self-etching primer out, do that first, then sealer, then we'll get into the paint. I gotta dig everything out. I bought a gallon of paint to do this truck and hardly even touched it yet, so we still got a lot left, thankfully. But anyways, I will see you turds tomorrow when we're ready to lay some paint. You excited? You excited? Like I'm not excited. I don't know. I'm a little nervous. Maybe I should have another beer. That might help. Oh, forgot to show you. We prepped the bolts too. They're ready for self-etching primer. Yeah! Alright kids, it's paint day and we're ready, okay? I already wiped everything down. I wiped everything down last night. Then I cleaned everything this morning. Wet the floors. Wiped everything down with grease and wax remover. Set it up the best I can. I don't particularly like the setup I have right here at the moment because I'm a little tight in some areas. Actually, I can move this. Move this over some. I didn't want this to touch the airline, so I did have this right here, but my airline comes down there, and I thought it's gonna rub on these. So I had to move them over there, to move the bumper over there. Before we get to spraying, I'm gonna be using 3 different guns to confuse you all, you know what I mean? Gotta mix it up so you guys don't know how I do it. Now, cheap gun for sealer. Last video I said I was doing sealer and somebody was like, you mean clear coat? No, I mean sealer. I got dark gray sealer, and that is basically it is a heavy solid paint that is thick, and it seals everything in, bodywork, stuff like that, and it makes it a uniform color with 1 coat. So you only need 1 coat of sealer. So everything is gonna get a coat of sealer. I already have that mixed up, but we're gonna wait. But I'm gonna use the cheapest gun for the sealer. Then next, I use this HVLP for my color on a low pressure with the widest fan pattern. So we'll do, which I don't have it on the widest one right now, do I? Oh, apparently I do. Okay, so color and then clear coat. I like the HTE gun. It just seems to transfer good for me. And this was actually cheaper than this Black Widow gun, but honestly, tearing them apart, they're both Spectrum guns, identical inside. This is cheaper. This is a cheaper gun. You can get these kind of Spectrum guns like this way cheaper than you can get these Black Widow ones, and honestly, to me, they're the same. So I recommend going with this one. So anyways, I'm gonna get everything set up here. We got a self-etching primer, because I sanded through the bare metal in a lot of areas. You want to cover that bare metal. Now you use like an epoxy primer, stuff like that. I'm just gonna use a spray can self-etching primer, Rust-Oleum, and it's gonna work just fine, just so you know. I'm not even gonna put a mask on for this. One thing I do like about my new setup is all of my lighting, because it makes it so much better when you can see what you're doing, especially when it comes to clear coat. That's when you'll have the most issues. You need to be able to see. So now I'm just gonna hit a couple things with this. Like I said, bare metal areas. I got 2 small spots here on the door and near the bottom, around the edges. So we're just gonna graze them with this, and I already mixed it up, and I got bare metal right here. So just like that, like that. You don't want to go overboard. You just want to make sure that you're covering the bare metal areas, because your paint will not stick. Are you not entertained? Painting the heads of those bolts, them bumper bolts I had. I hope they turn out. I'm doing 8 of them. I only need 4. So you're saying there's a chance? Yeah. Okay.
I heard you're a mother lover. It's game time, okay? So I'm gonna put some tunes on, I'm gonna start spraying sealer, and y'all gonna watch, cause you have no other option. What are you gonna do? Right before I went to spray, my camera shut off and my SD card was full. So we're gonna try this again. YouTuber problem. You guys don't know about that. Maybe some of you. I don't know. Now as you can see, one coat of sealer gives you coverage. It looks good, everything looks good. Right now I'm going to mix up my base coat and we're going to start laying color after I get it mixed up. Now this is a gallon I got from the coating store. This is the color I've already sprayed. It's wool gray. And it's kind of a silverish, kind of pewter color. I don't know. It's just what I thought would look good on the truck with black accents and everything, so it's what I went with. So after I get done mixing this up, this is a 2-to-1 ratio. So unlike the shop line paint I normally use, shop line is 1-to-1, so you use a lot more reducer. So this paint won't go as far as a gallon of shop line would, but it's cheaper, I guess. But I guess if you would figure the ratios out, it probably would be cheaper to go with shop line paint. But being I just used the color that was on their website, that if I needed to buy more, I could get on there and buy more. The paint store that I use is an hour away. I'd rather just have paint that I could have delivered to my house and ready to go. So let me mix this up. I'll get to spraying. Like I said, I'm going to use my HVLP gun on a low pressure, 16 to 20, with a fan spray the whole way out. That's how you get even coverage with metallics. So that's how we're spraying it. 3 coats. Now, if you didn't notice, that is going on as even as possible. That's because it's hard to mess it up when you have the fan pattern and the pressure set that way. It's like, it comes out so evenly, doesn't matter how you spray it, it goes on nice. So, everything looks really good. Now that I got a color on it and I'm looking at it, it looks, I'm glad it looks as good as it does. Couple of things, I'm like, this fender was always really iffy in the fitment, and then from me beating it and stuff, it's pronounced now. You can see like some of the marks and stuff, but I still don't think that's going to take away from how this truck looks when it's finished. Now, one thing I got to do before I like go real far, I need to lift that tape up a little bit. When I get the clear coat, I'm going to have to lift that up, roll it up some, so that I get clear up past where I'm spraying now. I didn't think this out really good, because I have to spray this part of the door. I wasn't planning on spraying color here, but there's no way to avoid it, you know what I mean, unless I would have taped that down further. So, my fault, you know, I make mistakes, it happens, but yeah. That color looks really good. I don't know how it comes up on camera. Looking at it on camera, it just kind of looks like a shiny dark color, but it's like a goldish silver, pewterish color. It looks really good. And being that we sealed it underneath, it looks really even. What worries me is this plastic keeps flying down. I don't want it to get into the paint there, but we'll see how that turns out.
So just like any other paint job, you always run the risk of, no matter how good you clean it, there may be contaminants somewhere that your paint will react with. And I have one area that I'm having a reaction, and I'm not fixing it. I'm going to tell you that right now. So we're 2 coats in. Coverage is really good. The only area I found that I'm having a reaction is right around the lip of this fender, and it's kind of like crackling. Now if I can get it, it's got a slight crackle texture, kind of. The clear coat is going to seal that in. I'm going to put that out to you right now, but I can see it from here the whole way across to like right here. So, and that's, I just looked over this whole thing, and that's the only place that I'm finding it. And I don't know what might have caused that. Okay, I slightly have it right here. But yeah, I don't know what caused this crackling texture. But I still think it's going to look decent when it's done. I wish that wouldn't have happened. But I'm so far into this right now that I'm not going back. Okay, we're not redoing anything. So it's going to be how it's going to be. But you're going to keep it. I'm not keeping this truck. I don't know how many times I got to tell you guys, when it's done, I'm listing it for sale. Which is still going to be a while, unfortunately. Yeah. But yeah, the coverage, boys. And I don't know how it comes up on camera. It's like a silver. It's got a goldish tint to it. To me, looking through the camera, it almost looks like it's black. But it's not. It's a goldish. So, I don't like gold. And I didn't want plain silver. And I thought this color, honestly, I do like this color. But would I pick it again? Probably not. But I think it's going to fit this truck pretty well. And it's going to look good. So, alright. Last and final coat of base coat. Then we're going to go on to clear coat. Now, I could stay true to the Urchem paint, which is what the color store sells. But I'm going to use Shopline clear coat because I have had a lot better results with Shopline clear coat, and I feel like I can spray it better. So I'm going to shy away from that. I still use their clear coat here and there. I have better results with a Shopline, and I have a gallon and a little extra here, so why not use that? That's what I'm pretty sure that's what I used on the cab. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I know I did. So, at least most of it. So yeah, we'll I just wet the floors down again because honestly, the temperatures in here are perfect. The moisture's low. Everything, it's like perfect in here for painting. Let me tell you what temperature I got over there. Okay, probably could be a little bit more optimal. I got 65 degrees. It's summertime, so 65 degrees in here. That's perfect. I'm not. Well, I am sweating. The mask makes me sweaty. I'm just a sweaty individual. Why? You ask. I don't know. Don't pretend.
Now, on a scale to 1 to awesome, this paint job is awesome. I did, you know, I'm not one to brag. Now, for me, I'm proud of this paint job. Is it professional grade? No. Is it one of the best paint jobs I've done? Yes, by far. I have not found a single run. The areas that were textured, you don't even notice. The only thing I'm worried about is whether that paint's going to stick or not. And then the other thing I'm worried about is, you know, I painted the cab first. We had to redo this pillar right here a little bit. Right here where I blended it at, you can see a color difference. So the color I sprayed before is a tad bit darker than what I just sprayed. Now this is from the same company, the same color, for some reason or another. Let's see if you can see it. Obviously you can see it right there. Right there's where I was trying to blend at, but yes, you can see a definite line there, and there's a dull area there because that's where I need a buff to get it to go smooth. But I'm thinking, because I got this black rain guard across here, that it's going to break that up and you're not going to notice it as much. Now at the back of the door, yes, you're going to notice it. At the bottom of the door, you really won't, because it's a rocker and it's down low. The other side, I think it's going to be a little bit worse if it's that far off, because we did not paint this pillar. So the color difference from here to here, all this, you're going to notice. So it is what it is at this point. But guys, here, I'll show you the areas that were textured. Yes, they are. If you get up close, you can kind of see that it was textured under the clear. But honestly, like, for real, like, not bad at all. And I did a good job. This is the kind of paint job I hope for every time I do one. So when I did the BRZ, I got way too much trash in the paint, and it was because I did the filters in the door, the cross draft coming straight through where I was painting. I didn't do that this time because I thought that had to be why I got so much trash in my paint. Now we're just venting from the other side, the window over there that's actually blowing air conditioning, and my temperature stayed at 65 the whole time. And with my vent fans on, you can see that it's barely fumey in here now. It's starting to clear up already. So I'm going to give this a little bit of time to dry, and then I'm going to start demasking a little bit, not much. Mainly around this window. We need to get that tape off while there's still a little bit of a tack to it. Right here, where the tape is on the back side of the fenders, on both sides. And honestly, I think that's it. Everything else is, well, and then I scuffed this section on the front of the rocker, so I did have to repaint some of that rocker right there. I'm hoping that the paint got inside there good enough that it painted inside the door jamb, because if not, I'm going to have to get in there with a touch-up brush and just paint it on. I do have a whole bunch of extra leftover clear coat. If you saw my cup, that's how much I had left when I was finished. I just guessed it, mixed up a batch, and then dumped it in there when I got low. This is how much I had left when I completely finished. So perfect, dead on there. Touch-up paint, this is reduced paint. I got, well, you can see the line there. Yeah, I got a good bit. Now I could save this and reuse it when I do the bed, or I can use that for touch-up, and I'll probably use it for touch-up. Honestly, for touch-up, non-reduced paint is probably better because you get better coverage. But yeah, looking good. I'm so thrilled with that. Like I said, the evenness of the metallics, there's no splotch at all. It's so freaking even. The color, it's so even. I don't know how good it comes up on camera, I'm just telling you. So good. So good.
Oh! You thought I was gonna unmask this whole thing this episode. Ha! You're wrong. But anyways, if you like this episode and you want to see how this thing looks after it's unmasked, you're gonna have to stay tuned for the next episode. So if you like this video, smash that like button, consider subscribing. Hit that dislike button if your mom wants me to peel off some layers and get to the inside. And we'll see you on the next episode of Unwrapped. Oh, I disturbed him. Did I disturb you, Sully? Does not want bothered. Look at, is that comfortable? Frumpy.
Scooby, what? Yeah? Oh yeah? Is it sleepy time for everybody? Yeah. It's almost bedtime, huh? Huh? It's almost bedtime. Oh.
This is her shelf. Just her shelf. Nobody else's. Bedtime for you too, huh? Then one cat decided it was bedtime.
What are you doing on Mommy's side of the bed? Huh? What are you doing? He's sleepy. He's a big boy. You want to say goodbye? Oh. Did you just make a fist at me? Okay. I'll leave you alone. Sorry.